Thank you so much. Oh, actually, this is important. I just get an alert on my phone from Edison Park Authority. It said that the population of Chinese in Edison Park just doubled. I'm looking at this table here, but don't worry, it's not code red. It's just yellow. Originally from China, and some people might think China is a very exotic place. It's hard to imagine the country. Not so, I'll tell you. Just imagine Chinatown, and then imagine that all the neighboring towns are all Chinatown. That's it. That's China, right? And when I first come to the United States, I remember when I was at the train station in Shanghai, I was looking at a sign in Chinese saying jumping on the rail is prohibited. And right by that sign is the Nike advertisement. Just do it. So that's a nice starting point for my coming to American story, right? Speaking of coming to American, there's a show on ABC called Fresh Off the Boat. Anybody watch it? My 7-year-old son and I was watching it the other day, and as if he just realized something, he looked at me and asked, "Dad, are you fresh off the boat?" I was like, "No, your dad come to this country by ship, scholarship." I was a graduate student in DePaul University, and at that time we have a group of students, all from China. And when we went out for lunch, we will pick one guy who speaks the best English, or as we call it, he speaks good English. And he will stand in the front or make all the orders, and then the rest of us will just say, the same, the same, the same. It worked. And for a while, and by the way, the guy who's standing in the front, his last name is Wang, nickname number 1. And for a while, my number 1 goal in my life is to be that number 1 guy in that line. And the best I did was 2nd place. But I was still very proud because I was 1 heartbeat away from ordering for the whole group. Now think about that. A group of people ordering exact the same food. Why didn't I think of the Groupon idea? But my favorite person in that line is the guy always standing at the end. I call him Andy. Andy barely speaks English. But at one point I noticed Andy was making such huge progress. And I asked, "What did you do?" And Andy told me, "Did you remember the restaurant we went to in Chinatown? There's a small water tank with little crab selling $7.99 and a bigger water tank, $10.99, bigger crab." And I was looking at little crab, try everything it got, crawl over to the $10.99 tank. And I said to myself, even a little crab knows try to do better, right? So that was my inspiration. And he looked at me and said, "Hongming, when you look at your inspiration so closely, it does something to you. Now remember that and think what it would do to you when you eat the inspiration." So that was a fun time, but some of you might say, "Oh, that story sounds fake. A group of students from China forming a line? You guys never form a line." No, I'll tell you what. Have you ever watched a Kung Fu movie? Did you realize that even the most vicious villain in a gang has the courtesy to wait for their turn. And they don't just wait for the turn, they wait for the signals. Only when they get signals, they fight one by one, right? So, but some of you might say, oh, those are fantastic story, but what's the funny part, right? I was thinking that question the whole day. Because I thought, I don't want to disappoint Ronnie. I don't want to disappoint you. I need some funny stuff, right? So I was repeating one joke, like the best joke, to myself. And then when I get off work, I work in downtown, 18th floor. I call a coworker going down the elevator. So I tell him the joke. And after that, he was walking out of the elevator, scratching his head, and said, Hongming, that joke was wrong on so many different levels. So I will not tell that joke. And I realized, funny doesn't come easy for me. I was such a just big nerd. In college, I remember, I always carried a huge journal. I wrote everything. Like 10:30, go to the library. 10:30, finish my math homework. 10:30, find out my watch is broken. Huge nerd, right? So, but then I thought I have all these funny ideas in my mind. I just need a way to get it out, right? But how? So sometimes I get really, really sad. I was sitting there in the train the other day, alone, sad, with all my funny ideas. And the guy sitting next to me just burst out laughter, this uncontrollable, spontaneous laughter. And after a while, he looked at me and said, sorry, you don't understand. I am a mind reader. I was like, wow, that's my validation, right? I don't know what to say. I looked at him and said, thank you. And he said, no, thank you. This is the funniest thing I ever see. I've never seen anybody think he's funny with all these crappy ideas. Okay, now how do you transfer this crappy idea into some high quality ideas? Go to library. Now here's a good segue to my library story, right? Harold Washington Library. Anybody go to that library? Downtown Chicago, huge building.
Yes.
I love that building. There's a quote all over that building in the wall, like there's one from Groucho Marx, like outside of dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of dog, it's too dark to read. And there's a quote from Oprah Winfrey. She said, getting my library card was like citizenship. My library card is my American citizenship. Really? I spent 10 years waiting for the eligibility to apply for my citizenship. I find comparison disproportionate. I can't say that word. That's why I was in the library, right? So every time when I go by that quote, this is what goes through my mind. I was at O'Hare Airport, and when the immigration officer asked for my papers, timidly, I will show him my library card. You can't imagine that officer. What? This is Chicago Public Library card. You must be one of us. Welcome home. Come right in. And I will be like, wow, Oprah is right. This is my citizenship. And I start to walk like Bruce Lee. But silence all around me. The officer is chasing me. He's rolling towards me like a giant donut. I was crushed down on the floor. He grabbed my card, pushed my face. You almost fooled me. Look, your card has expired. Thank you, everybody. That's my time. Let's bring out our host.
This is the shit I talk about.